Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today I wanted to talk about the Memorial Dragon Stones that were introduced into Dokkan Battle last year for the worldwide celebration, and so they should see their return this year for the 350 million download celebration. Now, what these stones were is essentially like a replacement. It was kind of like an extra step from what we'd had in previous years, which is when we got to this celebration every year, we would get a certain number of tickets based on the amount of stones that you had spent during the previous year. So every 50 stones you spent, you got one ticket, and obviously, you know, the more you spent, the more you got. And those tickets could then be used on a banner to summon for a whole bunch of units. The featured unit list is huge, so getting a specific unit you want is kind of difficult, but you know, so many units on there, you get a whole bunch of tickets. At the end of the day, it's kind of like what we were talking about during the anniversary with the anniversary tickets. Even if you didn't get particularly lucky, it's free summons at the end of the day. And you know, if you get a couple of hundred tickets and you manage to pull even one or two SSRs that are actually useful to you, then at the end of the day, you got those for free. So what they did with last year is, rather than give you tickets, instead they gave you these Memorial Dragon Stones. Now, you can see here, you could trade these stones in for the tickets on a one-for-one basis, and if you just did that with all of your stones, it was essentially the same as it was in the previous years. But the reason that they did this and added in the extra step was you could choose to spend 150 of the stones to actually buy a specific unit of your choice. Now, 150 is a lot. You know, that's the equivalent of 150 tickets. That's 150 summons, but you're trading off the RNG for picking a unit of your choice. Because you could do those 150 tickets, and if you get really unlucky, you might not even pull a single SSR, let alone the specific one that you want. So this gives you the option to go about it in whichever way you so choose. And I brought up my old stream from last year. You can see here I got 441 of these Memorial Dragon Stones. So what I did was I really wanted the physical Piccolo, who was the most recently released unit. In terms of global, Piccolo was the latest unit released that was on this banner, and I didn't really summon on his banner. I kind of skipped it. I think I did like 4 or 5 multis for a video, and then that was basically it, and I didn't get him, so I really wanted him. So what I did was I bought just under 300 tickets. It would have been, what, like 291 or something? My maths is bad. And then I summoned with all of those tickets. I kept summoning and summoning with the 200 odd tickets. Didn't pull a single copy of the physical Piccolo, so then I used those last 150 stones to buy a copy of him, so that I would then finally have him, and that was all of my Memorial Dragon Stones used up. So, when are we going to get them? So, as you can see here, last year, in terms of the celebration technically began on the 28th. That's when a load of the preliminary stuff came out, like the ticket banner itself. The Memorial Dragonstone version obviously coming out, and then the various other things, and the banner itself, like the actual Dual Dokkan Fest banner, came out the next day. So this was Thursday the 27th for the actual stone one. That's the important one. The ticket banner actually came out slightly before, because in the countdown celebration they gave out a bunch of extra tickets as well, which I assume they will do this year. But the banner came out on the 27th, and then the Dual Dokkan Fest came out on the 28th. This year, if they're sticking to the Thursday-Friday setup, then it will be the 26th for the Memorial Dragon Stones, and then the Dual Dokkan Fest banner will be on the 27th. But obviously that is not yet confirmed. So, depending on how many stones you spent throughout the year, will determine how many Memorial Dragon Stones you get. I'm really interested to see how many I'm going to get this year, because I definitely whaled out more this year than I did in the previous year. I was a little bit more conservative on some of the banners. Like I said, I mean, like physical Piccolo, for example, I only did probably a maximum of 300 stones, whereas this year I don't think there's been a single banner where I've gone less than like 500. So, and obviously you all know my story of the anniversary. I did like almost 4,000 stones just on Vegeta's banner. So, you know, those rewards, they're going to come back around to me in the form of Memorial Dragonstones. So I just wanted to have a look at the banner here. So this is the banner. As I said, it's packed full of featured SSRs, going way back to some of the older ones, which is one of the other things I think I should mention, that if they are sticking to this Memorial Dragonstone system, one thing that people did complain about quite a bit last year was the fact that it was 150 Memorial Dragonstones to purchase any one of these units. So Physical Piccolo or like Namek Goku, who were two of the most recently released units like Gogeta and Broly, who are obviously really good, these units would cost you 150 Memorial Dragonstones, but then like STR non-LR, STR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, you know, AGL EZA Goku, like these units would cost you 150. Tech Beerus. I mean, so I hope if they do keep this system, which I assume they will, I assume they'll still do this in the same way, where it's Memorial Dragonstones, you trade them for tickets, you can buy specific units if they want, because I mean, if they don't do that, then this video essentially immediately becomes pointless. But hopefully they will reduce the price of some of the older units, because I definitely don't think they should be the same cost, especially when you think about now. I mean, I know Goku's the only category leader, but like some of these units have EZAs now as well and are way better than some of the other options. And then of course some of them have EZAs and are still terrible, like the Broly. So I don't think they should all be the same price. But looking at the Piccolo being the most recently released unit on Global. Now bear in mind I'm a Global main. There were some changes with the orders of the banners in that year, so this could be slightly off base. I'm just going by the Global dates. But if we look at the Physical Piccolo, he released on Global in January. So it was the Dokkan Fest in January. That was the latest unit that was included on these banners. I've scrolled through the timeline, and basically any of the units that came out after Physical Piccolo were not included in this list. So if we jump forward to this year, the January Dokkan Fest was Physical Angel Frieza. So, potentially on Global, that means Physical Angel Frieza is going to be on this banner, and then any Dokkan Fest released before him, essentially. Now, I wonder if they will get rid of some of the older ones, because essentially we're just adding more and more featured units to this list if they don't get rid of any of them. But, I mean, I don't know if this is every Dokkan Fest exclusive that was out at that point up until these guys, but yeah, the featured list is just going to get bigger and bigger if they don't bin off some of these old ones. But if we go to where Frieza released, so this was where Frieza released on Global, and then just start slowly scrolling back up through the list to see who else was released. Obviously there's not going to be any LRs or like Dokkan Fest LRs or anything like that, but we keep scrolling up here. We had Heroes right before, so obviously none of those will be included. And then we get to, so Gotenks and the Exchange Buu. So Gotenks and Exchange Buu could be on there, because if we have a look here, well actually the year before was it the year before that was Zamasu and, or was that when it was Broly and Gogeta? I'm not actually too sure now, but because the dual Dokkan Fests are weird because of obviously how Global always used to massively delay the Golden Week units, so they might not be included actually, because obviously it's only this year that we've really changed. But Tech Ultimate Gohan is on there, so in theory he should be on the banner as well. And then yeah, we just keep scrolling back, we get back to the actual previous Worldwide Celebration banner. Kefla, in theory, Kefla will be on there as well. And then we get to the anniversary and all the previous ones before there. So, I mean, you can go to the wiki and look at the timeline, but it definitely seems like, based on the release date of the Piccolo, that it will be all the Dokkan Fests up to and including Frieza, but not necessarily the Gotenks and Exchange Buu. I'm not too sure about that, based on, of course, how Global likes to mess with the schedule, or at least how it did over the previous years. Hopefully in the future that's going to be less of an issue, thanks to this year us getting the Golden Week units at the same time. So there you go, the Memorial Dragonstones coming to Dokkan Battle sometime within the next 2 weeks. Let me know down below. Obviously, you know, there's no real way to track this, but how many did you get last year? How many do you think you will get this year? Did you spend more stones or less stones than the previous year? Like I said, I feel like I definitely spent more, so it'll be interesting to see how many I will actually get here. But yeah, there you go. Free Dokkan Fest exclusives for everyone, hopefully, if you get lucky. I don't know if I saw anyone out there last year that did all of their tickets and didn't get a single one. Now, whether you get one that's actually super useful to you, I'm not too sure. But if we look at the banner here as well, the banner did have LRs in it. I completely forgot to mention that. Now, the LRs didn't go very far in the release schedule. It's literally the OG ones and then the next set, and then we did have the Goku and Frieza in there as well. It's actually pretty cool, especially when you consider how good they are now after their EZA. So yeah, LRs will be in there. This will probably expand up to the next set of LRs as well, but we won't know for sure until the banner actually drops. So let me know what you guys think down below. How many do you think you're going to get? Like I said, more or less than last year? Let us know down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord or the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.